come join. This is not a podcast, dummies. Right now on Vermland Radio. Everybody, this is DJ Verm here live on This Is Not a Podcast Dummies. I'm here with Mr. Akai and Twit Kidbrook here that we are going to be doing the awesome show tonight. A lot to talk about, a lot to do, and tonight there's going to be something special. No jokes. They're not funny. No jokes for tonight because the team here on Vermland Radio want to, just bring a little bit of news because I know that our station usually doesn't have too much news on the COVID-19, but, since we're doing a live talk show today, we're just going to a little bit talk about it. I have, I always have DJ Akai that has all the information and numbers, and a sure Twit's going to join in to see what happened on the side of the United States, and I could talk a little bit what's going on the Canadian side, and we're going to have like a 10 to 15 minutes of talking just about the COVID. So, hats off to everybody. How are you doing, Akai? What are you going to be talking about tonight on the music industry?
Well, today we're Spotify and Warner are going at it. iHeartMedia furloughs employees, and Hunan takes on Spotify. So
that's going to be really exciting, Akai. I can't wait. I can't wait to have that talk with you on that one. And what about you, Twit, with the gaming industry?
Well, there's a bunch of games going on sale this week. Well, this last week.
That's going to be good. We're going to have a lot of fun in talking about that. So, hey, we're going on to talking about the COVID. So, Akai, you're the specialist here on Vermland Radio of the numbers and everything that's going on that you know all about the COVID. So, hey, why don't you kick this off and bring us to the COVID special?
Well, Italy's still winning. They've had 17,000 deaths. Spain is not too far behind. They're 14,000 deaths. And then France with 10,000. UK with 6,000. Then New York City area alone, over 4,000 deaths. Then it starts dwindling down there into the 3,000s, 2,000s, like in the Netherlands. A little over 400, almost 400,000 cases in the United States, supposedly. I think that number's maybe a little skewed because... Yeah, they think you have COVID, then they mark you as a COVID case without even getting tested.
Oh. Okay.
So, like in our area here, there's not enough test kits to go around. So if they think you have COVID, go home and self quarantine unless you have medical emergency, then come into the hospital. Other than that, they're not even getting tested. They're just saying go home. There's one lady we know of. She thinks she has the flu now because the way it's acting. And, but, the numbers are, and then people that are like, there was a couple infants that died here recently.
Yeah.
That they got marked as a COVID death, but they died from something totally unrelated to COVID.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so if you have cancer and you're in a hospital and you have COVID, even though COVID is not the thing that killed you, it was the cancer, you're getting marked down as a COVID death. So there's some skewing of the numbers.
Whoa, that's really interesting.
And it's happening around the world. The Italians are doing it, the Americans are doing it. So
what do you think it's because it's totally like a kind of a either stressed out loss of control?
I don't know why they're doing it. Probably just simple of ease because it's easier to put them in the COVID pile and then you have to cremate them. Other than that, I don't know. Scare tactic maybe to keep people locked inside. I understand they're trying to slow down the growth into hitting all the hospitals at once.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is a lot of situations in the States where the hospitals are really red. They're really like overloaded, I think, eh?
Supposedly. And then you have people go in there and look at them and they're totally empty. So, But then you get reports from people who are working down in like the Miami area where they're using reefer vans off of semi trucks to store the bodies because they don't have enough room in the morgue.
God, but is it true? Is it true that I kind of heard there's like semi trucks that are loading bodies in? No, I don't think so. It is.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Refrigerated,
especially in like New York. Yep. Refrigerated vehicles are getting used as morgues because they don't have enough morgue space. When you have 500 people dying a day, there's not enough morgues and funeral homes to put those people in.
You're kind of right because they don't usually have like 60 fridges. It's like about like maybe six, 7 fridges.
I mean, hundreds of people die a day in that area just from old age.
Okay.
And stupid stuff. Yeah. But and then you throw COVID in on top of it, and it just overwhelms the system. That's why they're tracking a lot of China's losses through sulfur clouds around their crematorium from when they're disposing of the bodies.
Okay.
And their crematoriums have been running flat out for 3 months.
Flat out for 3 months?
Flat out for 3 months, 24 hours a day.
Okay, that is crazy. So technically, they're like maybe the numbers are not even right.
Oh, they're not. They're totally not right.
And I overheard, I think in the news today, in the Canadian news, that they seem to be saying they might have like a second wave.
Well, yeah, as people return back to work, yeah. And it's going to happen here too. Once people start going back to work and they're allowed to go back to work, there's going to be a second wave of COVID. I am prepared right now to be locked in my house for the next 6 months.
Okay, that's a good prediction. 6 months.
But I'm retired.
Yeah, you're right.
So I can do it. Where other people have to have jobs and go to work and go to school and make money. I mean, is it going to suck? Is it going to hurt financially? Of course it is, because stocks are going to take a ticker, which is going to hurt my income.
Yeah.
So.
And what about you, Twit? Give a little break to Akai. What about you, Twit? What's going on? What have you seen? What have you heard about the COVID going on?
All the same as Akai, and I've also heard that a governor, I can't remember which, I want to say of New York, female, went on Twitter, Las Vegas actually, if I remember correctly, went on Twitter and claimed that Trump should be charged for mishandling the COVID.
Well,
my response to that was, okay, bring up Obama and charge him for whatever that disease was back in 2012.
It was the
H1N1. The Mexican flu.
Yeah, the Mexican flu.
Because it came out of Mexico. Yeah, it originally developed in Mexico. And there are people who spend their lives just chasing these. Where did this thing originate from? And it was came out of Mexico. and this one, there are like the British have talked about, that China needs to be held financially responsible for COVID-19. $6 trillion probably so far that's been lost in economic growth, work, and wages. And I can't even imagine what that bill would be right now. But it's not going to happen because the same guys that own the U.S. Bank, the Federal Reserve, are the same people that own the China Bank, that own the London banks, that own the Canadian banks. That there's only 5 independent banks around the world that aren't part of the national bank system, and they're not going to let somebody come in and sue China for trillions of dollars and be like, well, we're suing you for 3.4 trillion, and it's we're not going to make our payment this year to you because that's money you owe us for this disease.
Wow.
And then there's a Florida company, Florida law firm, that's filing a class action against them.
Serious. But how can they prove it? Was it proven that it came out of China?
It is proven that it came out of China.
Well, I mean, they did. It's true that they did say, what's the name of the
Wuhan.
city? Wuhan. Yeah, Wuhan. They did say it comes out of Wuhan, so technically. And the Chinese let everybody come in and come out. So technically,
yep.
They should have said, okay, shut everything down. There's, when there's a mistake that went on.
But,
yeah.
But if you want to see evidence of the disease, all you got to do is go back to when Kobe Bryant was killed. There's articles on the front page like saying, hey, we need to come up with a vaccine for COVID-19. They already knew it was going to be a problem in the world. They already knew it was going to probably reach pandemic levels because we didn't shut down air travel. I mean, how many times have you gotten on an airplane and the guy that you're sitting next to is either one, A, not from the state, or B, not from the country. We're such a global society now that you can literally get on a plane and the next day, like for me, I could get on a plane tomorrow night and in 17 hours be in South Africa or Italy or India or
Yeah. So this is I'm going to say it again. This is outrageous to see the situation going on in the planet. I mean, I would have never believed. I know, Akai, that, you being in the military, you already look a little far away and you see all this stuff because, you seeked and you've seen a lot of stuff going on in your life. So, but me seeing the planet going on, I mean, I would have never thought that would happen. But, it's so funny to talk about this. I don't know if I told you guys, I was talking with my wife the other night, and we were talking about planetary, I'm not going to say exposure, but, we're all wondering what's going on. What's going to be the next thing that's going to mark the planet? And I'm going to be 51.
Asteroid.
Yeah. Well, everybody talks about that usually, and I'm sure that's going to happen. That because you're saying that because it's bound to happen. I mean, it happened already before. In the dinosaur time. So, but the thing that I'm saying is, I told her, I go, it's looking at whatever aspects, because I don't want to go in religion, but if we just say all the stories in the Bible, if we all say all the stories all over, fish going down we never had that. I'm 51 years old, and there was no really event that I could prove out of my 51 years old that something went on. Now, just a week after I said that,
there was events like that.
Well, there was
we didn't have the international travel that we have now back then.
Serious?
No, I mean, talk back 20, 30 years ago. You took a trip to Europe. That was a big deal.
Okay.
You take a trip to Europe now and you're just going somewhere for the weekend. You can hop on a plane, be in Paris tomorrow, do the weekend, take a long Friday weekend or a 4-day weekend, hop over to Europe, gallivant around Paris, and fly home on Monday.
Yes.
You're
totally
20, 30 years ago, there's no way you would do that. I mean, it would be a 2-week trip, and it would be just a 2-week trip. It would just.
Okay. No, you're right. We do fly internationally, and we all have the money today. We all, so you're kind of right on what you're saying. We fly. We're all over the place, and we pick up viruses from different countries or whatever. It could be bugs today. I mean, look at the American. What's that? I can't say it in English. I'm sorry, but there's a kind of a bug that you guys had that has transferred to Canada. But I'm trying to remember. It looks like a flea.
Pox?
What is it?
Oh, you're talking about a natural bug. I thought you were talking about like a virus that we have that's common.
No, a natural bug. Because I'm just saying that the planet is changing. That's what I'm saying. It's like we're getting stuff, and also we're going crazy because we're talking about the coronavirus. But I mean, just look at the temperature. Just look at everything. I mean, we never had here in my part.
I'm not gonna go global warming because that's a far stretch.
No, I know, but I'm just saying the changes that are going on. I mean, I don't want to go global warming. You're right, because that's another complicated thing, and we're not there because we're talking about the COVID.
I bet you if you were to look up historically, somewhere even in the ice records, or they always say, in this 400-year event cycle, this is what happened with temperature. But if you go farther back in the ice cycle, you find out that the stuff that we're doing now, temperature wise, is what happened back then. So
okay, so
and as the ice melts in places like Iceland and Greenland, they're finding settlements under the ice. Well, those settlements have been there for 400 or 500 years under ice. Nobody's been bugging them. So 400, 500 years ago, that ice didn't exist.
Well, that was it. Yeah, you're talking about like because that comes from the Ice Age, eh? If we're talking about the ice.
It looks like. Oh,
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought you guys your mic was not working.
Well, I'm wondering, is my mic over or did it calm down? But they're finding these settlements, and and then off the coast of England, this was a couple years ago, a diver was down there and he found an entire settlement under 40 foot of water.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Things move, things rise and fall. There's maps that have been produced of the whole, that people used to sell around in the 1400s where there's no polar cap. They used to just sail across because there was no ice up there.
Okay. That is really interesting. And we're going to maybe we should have a topic, maybe in one of our topics, get ourselves like, how do we say something, talk about the ice, whatever, all under, the lost cities.
A topic.
Yeah, thank you. A topic. The lost cities, yes. The lost cities.
The topic of, how the seal population has exploded. The polar bear populations are exploding because of the abundance of seals. Now they're worried about, because they've stopped seal hunting, except for natives and a certain amount that can be taken in Canada and countries like that, that there's not enough people hunting the seals now. And now the seals are overpopulating, and now they're worried about disease that may wipe out the seals instead of hunters.
Yeah. A lot of disease, a lot of stuff going on. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's really crazy. Hey, but because we're still, yeah, I mean, we do want to get out of the topic, but I want to bring you back. There's one question I got to ask you guys because, you're my expert of the USA. So what do you think of what's happened with 3M? And the president took his decision, and then the Canadian, they're all like, and now he says, yes, go bring it back to Canada. So what do you think about that, you guys?
That was over the respirators 3M was selling to Canada, I believe, is what you were talking about. And then the President Trump said, no, keep those in the United States. And then Trudeau said, hey, we sell you medical supplies too. Correct? Is that the one we're talking about?
Exactly. Yes, the one we were talking about. Yes. But I'm just curious to see the vision of the Americans. What they
I believe that the president at the time, without knowing all the things, was doing what he thought was best for the United States.
Yeah, for his country.
For his country. And I think Trudeau would have done the same thing. If he was short supplied, he would go, okay, don't ship those all out. Save some for our people.
Well, technically, it's all right. It's all right to save some for your people. I think the situation that I heard over the border, okay, was he just like turned it around and said, you're not giving it to no one and you're not giving it to Canadians. So that's what I kind of overheard in the news. So
it is what was said. It says the original thing was that they weren't going to leave the country, that they were going to slowball that order and it was all going to go to American hospitals. And then Trudeau stepped in and said his thing, and I guess they came to an agreement on it.
Well, yeah, they did come to an agreement because the one thing that I know that we've read, because, like everybody, you guys on the planet, the news are all on this, and our side, the news are all on this. It's just like it's mainly the topic of the year now. And we need information. It's important. That's why we're talking about it a little bit. So the only thing that
because the news is going to cover it different in Canada than it is going to be in the States.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were saying that, because we were questioning the journalists were questioning the Canadian Prime Minister, and then they told him, why aren't you frustrated? Why don't you, act? And I could say one thing. I didn't like the kickoff of my Prime Minister, but one thing that I do like of him, and this is really over my topic of saying this, but is his patience and the way he, let's calm down. Let me handle this. I'll talk with the president. We don't need to go overboard. We're not here to do war. It's like there's no issues, and I'll take care of it, and you'll see. And then suddenly, bam, everything worked. So,
well, I think that's with power usually don't make rash decisions.
No.
It's a very well thought out process, and I believe Trump made the decision with the information that he had.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think
there are times where Trump does spur of the moment. Yes, granted, but if you're only given half the side of the story, then you're going to say what's going to do best for your country and keep them here.
Well, yeah, it's true. Because he didn't know the knowledge that mainly there was like 3 or 4 ingredients in that comes from from Canada. So because the 3M they used, I think it's the pulp of the wood or something like that. I'm trying to figure. I forgot what it is. There's something that the Canadians shipped to the United States to create these masks. So there was all that in there, and the journalist said, why don't you use that? And the Prime Minister said, no. We're not going to work that way. There's no way we're gonna lock off something, or we're gonna he's really patient on that. But my Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Quebec, hats off to this guy. If you look at the numbers, just in Quebec, we're at 6,000, I think 6,000 and something.
Yeah, what happened to the iron arm of the law over there in Canada? I thought you guys had a lid on it over there. You're so proud of what Quebec was doing, and now they're the hot spot in Canada.
What do you mean by the hot spot?
9,340 cases in Quebec.
Well, when they started off, and this is what I heard on the news, when they started off, they didn't have enough tests. So they started it off, but the problem came out is that they started retrieving the people from all the other countries, and it was coming in. And then today, what was happening, and now we're at Google got the numbers out, and we're at 70%. Everybody's staying home. So there's a 30% of people going around like turkeys. And I'm not shy to say it, because I say it out loud when I see people, and I see the old people come out, and they don't fucking care about. Oh, did I just say that? I'm sorry. I said on old people. I'm really sorry. But they don't care, I should say.
F-bomb.
Yeah, F-bomb. Burp, not supposed to. But that's kidding. And it's okay. So, but
Burp, 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 burp.
we're going to cut it off. No, but it's okay to see that, the people, the old people, they just don't understand. They don't. They're out. They go out for just a cupcake. It's like, hey, buddy, stay home.
No, they do understand. The issue is they forget about it.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They're
like, yeah, if I get it, I get it.
No, they say, don't care. I won't get it. That's what they say. I won't get it. I'm strong. Look, I'm healthy. Stupid. It's not a question of being healthy. The healthy people go down too. It makes me. It just gets me out. That's why I swear it gets me out of my. Because I love I love the old age, and we always want to help them out, and they just don't want to help themselves out. So it's like crazy.
Well, they don't want the help.
No. You know how I compared them? This is funny to say, but I do gotta say it. I'm sorry, our listeners, but I am gonna say it. The baby boomers and the millennials.
Millennials?
Yeah, the millennials. Well, it's the same thinking, but in different ages. They both don't care. It's like, hey,
Oh no! It's become the new ideal. It's the new orange is the new black. It's that.
Yeah, no, it's like the recycling. Like the wheel turns, and when you get back to zero, it's that. It's like the millennials are like, in 100 years, or maybe a couple, centuries, they're going to say the millennials are like the baby boomers. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like they do what they have to do. It's their stuff. That's the way it has to be. That virus won't kill me. Like you guys had the spring break not too long ago, and there were still going on in the beaches. It's like,
well, that's not millennials. That's Gen Z.
That's what?
That one was Gen Z. Not millennials are out of college.
Okay. Ah, see? So you're teaching me something. It's great. I'm really happy.
It's my generation that's doing the stupid stuff.
Well, at least you're honest. But, we don't want to pinpoint people, because today, we should be all combining our forces. I think, Kai, you must have heard that when you had your troops and stuff like that, when you were in your platoon, and, you got to combine your forces. We're fighting a war that we don't even see the enemy. We all know the enemy is a damn virus, but we don't see it. So you're fighting something. You can't even shoot it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can
Well,
fight it, but you're just not
yeah.
going to like it.
Yeah. It would just take one very small press of a big red button.
Yeah.
That's drastic.
Thermonuclear radiation. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, that would do it, but that would wipe out the rest.
That's why they make bunkers for them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you have one? I'm gonna go say. I'm gonna go
Nope.
see you.
Neither confirm nor deny those allegations, sir.
Yeah, it's true on there. So hey, everybody, I think we're coming at the time that we are going to have to go to a commercial break. So really proud to have talked about this. We're going to be going in the next segment. We're going to be going to the specialties. So we have Akai and we have Twit that brings great information. You know, we are a radio station. Yes, number one. We are a radio station. I mean, we are a gaming radio station. So it's, like we say, This Is Not a Dummy podcast and Vermland Radio created by gamers for gamers. So technically we'll be talking about what? Well, a little bit about music, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the internet. I mean, more of the gaming world, I should say. So stay tuned. We're going to be going on a commercial break, and we will be right back after the commercial breaks.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole, or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother! We can do this together!
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't? Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this!
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. Cool, very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Vermland Radio, a gamer certified station.
Yes, we are right back here, starting our second segment, and we are having, why did I just say that? But, you know, we, it happens, techniques. So we're going to be asking our co-hosts a little about what's going on now out of the COVID, we should say, and what's going to be going on in the planet. So, Mr. Akai, what about the music industry?
Well, I guess Spotify and Warner have reached a deal, a global music deal, and which is gonna. I don't know how it's going to affect people like us, but anywhere that they've basically reached a global deal with Warner Music, and they've got they're working on a deal with Sony Music and the 4 big labels. They've got a deal with 2 of the big labels, which cuts out DCMA and Soundgarden, best I could tell, because they're going directly to the thing that's paying the royalties directly to the music vendor, which is going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah, because they have a built-in system, Spotify, already, because I am a Spotify fan also. Even if we have our station, sometimes we listen to see what's new, what's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, and and they're basically talking about the deal with Warner and how South Korea is going to be a new market here in a few months. That's for Spotify, and so basically they got a global agreement plus some other extra caveats with Warner, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that.
Yeah, really interesting. And what about your iHeartMedia? I know you wanted to talk about iHeartMedia because they have, I think there's, iHeart is having technical problems. They're cutting people out, I think, or something, but I'll let you go.
iHeartMedia, they not too long ago just laid off like 1,000 plus DJs. I believe it was iHeart.
Yes, it was.
And so they're really there's not a lot of DJs left around the world. I mean, I think around the U.S. was like less than 18,000, 12,000 or something like that.
Oh God!
And yeah, it's just a crazy amount. Small town radio stations are drying up, can't make it, so they got they're hooking into the big ones, and then places like this. But what he's got to do is, while he's got his employees furloughed, he's giving up his $1.5 million, the remainder of his $1.5 million salary. But in doing so, he may receive a $3.4 million bonus.
Of course.
So
that's
I don't feel I'm like, okay, so you're going to give up 1.5 million and you're probably going to get 3.4 million at the end of the year. I mean, you can live on it. It's chump change, but I'm just like, really, whatever. Another schmuck trying to make himself look good, but when you dig deep into it, yeah,
but that's a lot of layoffs. So I mean, that's crazy.
Well, yeah, it's it's a crazy amount of layoffs. But I mean, if you can't employ them, what are you going to do?
No, you're right.
It's like, okay, so.
Yeah, no, you're kind of right on that one. I mean, it's not obvious. I mean, look at us. We are a internet radio station, so luckily we're not run by these big companies, and we can get the news out. We're happy to do it. We're doing it with passion, and we're okay with that. But when you start looking at situation at iHeart, what happened with iHeart, it's like it hurts. It hurts. So what about I can't say Huawei.
Oh, Hua or whatever it is.
I keep getting mixed up.
Yeah, it's a Chinese company, a cell phone manufacturer, and they have their own music app. And of course, they're not, they're not going to get licensed, to say this music just because the company's a bunch of schmucks anyways. They make some questionable hardware with chips in it that can be, phones can be shut off. That's why they're banned in the United States. They also make an imitation iPhone.
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're one of the largest manufacturers of imitation iPhones, and they one other reason they're not allowed to be sold in the United States. And their numbers are way up, like, what was it, 123 billion in just 2019. And then they did a bunch more stuff. And now they're going to claim they're going to get, the products in all the countries in the world, and China's leaning heavily into Africa now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this COVID-19 in all the countries that these refugees are fleeing out of, and they're leaving China. Something's going on.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm with you on that one. I'm sure that something is going on because it is kind of weird to see that go. And I mean, but I don't understand. Why did you say that Huawei was not sold in the States?
No, it's not sold. It's not allowed here at all. There's some questionable software and electronics in their stuff that's made so you can spy in on the phone.
Okay, so that's what I kind of heard. Overheard in talks with people that they might be installing a kind of a spyware on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
You believe it?
And oh yeah, totally. It's not the first time it's been found. It's why when they outsource all this manufacturing to overseas, and then you come and find out that in the drones there's a board in there that that was made by a Chinese company that allows them to hack into the device and take it over. I mean, now you got these drones flying around. They got to have these boards changed out because you don't want them taken over by the Chinese.
Wow. Chinese these days, there's so much stuff going on with the Chinese. That COVID.
Well, like I said, if America says if they're smart, if these countries around the world are smart, if they haven't learned anything yet about COVID and their country's financial well-being, you better start manufacturing stuff in your own darn country, because the next time this pandemic comes out, there won't be any global outpouring. And if your country doesn't make IV bags, you're not making IV bags. You're not getting them either.
It's really crazy. So hey.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Twit. No, go, Twit. Go.
Oh,
you've been quiet, man. You've been quiet.
These billionaires are hiding out on their own private islands with their whores and hookers.
Yeah, and nothing's gonna be done. Nothing's gonna be done to them when they're shacking up with children, and Epstein and all that stuff, and all these politicians and rich guys are just gonna get away with it anyways. Nobody's gonna prosecute them. You got all these senators and congressmen that pulled all their money out of all these money market funds and all this stuff right before COVID hit, and none of those guys are getting charged with insider trading. None of them are being brought to justice. And so, what are the people supposed to do now? So they're told to sit at home. Suck it up. Here's your $1,200 check. Oh, wait, your family made too much money, so you don't get one, even though you got bills like everybody else. Oh, and by the way, the government's going to mandate that you have to pay your employees. And then you're going to go, well, where do we crap that money from?
Wow. So they must have bunkers too, eh?
Oh yeah.
But nothing's going to happen to them, and it's going to be. But I mean, how far do you push it before the people start pushing back?
Well, it depends. Have you disarmed them yet?
No, but the second they do that, then the majority of the country wouldn't care. They wouldn't. The majority of the country, and what was it? An interesting thing was 2 out of 3 people live within the 100 miles of the United States border. 2 out of 3 people. Let that sink in. A nation of 300 million. And 2/3 of that lives within a 100-mile radius of the coast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that not crazy?
No, that's crazy. I mean,
that's 2/3 of the United States lives in that 100-mile border. Just nuts.
Wow. It is crazy.
The West is all desert, so if there was more greenery, yeah, I'm sure there would be a lot more people out there.
There's plenty of greenery out there. It's, I'm kind of happy that people haven't decided to move out here. Stay your butts over there on the East Coast and West Coast. Live in those populated towns where everybody's stacked on top of each other like cordwood. Yeah. Enjoy that and leave me to my peace and quiet and the bunny rabbits hopping around in my front yard. Love it.
I really love it too. So, hey, Akai, thank you very much for all this information. This is great. I think, we could say it because these little research are done with musicbusinessworldwide.com. So, I mean, thank you for musicbusinessworldwide.com. And, really great. Before we get to Kit Brooks' gaming industry topics, I just want to remind everybody that Vermland Radio is a radio station on the net. You have the possibility to come and listen to us with Live 365. Live 365 app, install it, then just hit Vermland Radio, and you will be able to listen to us on your phone, or what is it also, Akai? The Alexa?
Yes, on Alexa, you can have to enable your skill for Live 365. And then you'll just tell it to play Live 365 once it's enabled. Say the name of the station, which is Vermland Radio. Play Vermland Radio, and it will do so, hopefully.
shebang. We are also streaming live. It's brand new. We've been doing it now for a while. We're really proud of it. There's a lot of people listening to us also. So Twitch, DLive, YouTube. We were on Facebook and Mixer, but situations, I mean, there's things, technical things I got to fix. So yeah, but technically we are on these 3 platforms. Thank you, all listeners that are listening to us on the stream platforms. We will be coming soon with, we'll be back with the streaming. It was a test drive, the other one. We're still waiting for Kai to get his webcam. So when he gets his webcam, we're going to be able to kick this back off, and you know, it depends on.
Hold on the webcam thing. Let me tell you a story.
Oh, there we go.
I went to every single outlet vendor that sold a webcam. They are not available. You can't get one. I think every webcam in the United States got bought up so people could work from home.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. You can't get one. So I ordered parts, and I have parts. I'm trying to build a webcam right now.
Sweet.
So I've got the back end up. I got the microphone to work today, but I can't get the speakers to work now. So we'll try again here in a couple days.
And we all know that, Akai, you're kind of an engineer, so you keep building all your stuff, and it's great because I mean I've seen some of what you show me, because I know you're a gunsmith also at the same time. So hey, maybe we will talk about a topic with gunsmith. We're gonna pick that up and we're gonna talk about that. I'm sure you're gonna have a lot to talk to us, and maybe you'll get your webcam and people are gonna be able to see.
Maybe.
Would that be illegal?
It is legal. I just don't want to. Well, I mean, I guess I could bring some show and tell items up, some historical ones.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know there you have a lot of the historical ones.
I do collect historical firearms. I do.
Exactly. So thank you, Akai, again for the 3 spots. I'm really proud of this. It's really good. Thank you very much. We're going with Kitberg now. I was going to say Kitberg. That's good. That's a first. And we're going to kick this off with the Xbox boss, Phil.
All right. So the CEO or the owner, I don't know which, Boss Phil of Xbox, is stating that for the Xbox stuff, they're trying to move all their stuff online. Sorry, trying to crack my back.
No, it's okay.
He says there's, as far as they know, there's not going to be a delay with release of games. However, fans of a game such as Halo Infinite are worried that there will be a delay because of the COVID. But really, I don't think that's going to happen because, you know, a game designer can easily bring their work computer home and design it from home.
And technically, you all know that the gaming, we were talking about this Akai thing this afternoon, but the gaming industry is blown because everybody's, I mean, is rising up because people are all in the back of their computers. I mean, no one's working anymore, eh?
There's people working still. I'm still trying to find a job. Which reminds me, this is something Vern forgot to talk about, but on our website, we have now the ability for you to chat with us directly. So even if our streaming platforms don't, for some reason, translate your text to us, you can go to our website and we'll be able to see whatever you say there.
And you know who's going to answer to you tonight? Twit Kitbrook. So that was for the Halo Xbox. What about the another incredible game?
All right. So what's going on right now is Steam, Ubisoft, Epic, Gaming Launcher, all the places you can get games. They're right now doing a bunch of sales on a bunch of games. For instance, I myself was able to get freaking. Got to go to my Steam. Yeah, there were a couple games I can't remember, but yeah, there's a bunch going on sale right now. You can get them for pretty cheap. In fact, one game that we were playing was Drawful 2 that Verm's trying to figure out how we're going to set that one up. Might be a thing we do on one of his shows later.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just going really cheap right now. If I just load up the store, I think what I saw was, yeah.
Load
Sorry.
No, load it up, so we could talk while you're loading this up. Yeah. And what are you playing lately, Akai, yourself? Because I know you play a lot of games, eh? While Twit is loading up his stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got. I just with the last
Oxygen.
Oasis, I just queued up. I've always been playing Without Oxygen, or what is it? Without Oxygen? I can't remember. Something with oxygen. I love that game. Little guys running around, a good time burner. I like survival games. I love ones where you gotta, get your food, get your water, build your shelter, survive the environment, build cool stuff, build new technologies to help you out and do it better and faster. But those are far and few between. Mostly related around PvP now.
Yeah, PvP is really popular. So, Twit, have you gotten your...
Yeah, here's a couple games that are currently on sale. You got No Man's Sky currently going for 50% off. You got the DC franchise going up to 80% off on some of their products. I know that I saw Ubisoft products like Assassin's Creed going pretty cheap as well. But yeah, they're just selling games like crazy, and I was able to get myself a few, and then I was like, okay, now I'm starting to go into my year savings. Let's stop buying.
We get so crazy, we buy so many games, then we realize that we don't have any more data on our computer.
Yep. In fact, recently, hard drives for like 4 terabytes was underneath $100, and I got myself one of those and installed it into my PC.
I just got a 1 terabyte M2 for cheap.
Oh God! And
yeah, so if you're gonna build a PC, right now's your time.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? After your break, your part, we're gonna ask Akai to talk about the Raspberry thing. I mean, he's been bugging me with the Raspberry thing, and he showed me it's so small. But wait, Akai, we'll talk about it after. Twit, there's the best cheap PC games.
I can take a look at it again, but I think I've talked about it.
You did already?
Yep.
Well, so great computer, great games, great low prices. People hop in, get there, and go see all the platforms. I'm sure that EA Games has specials. You got Ubisoft. You got what? EA Games doesn't have special.
EA is almost worse than Ubisoft when it comes to their produce it quick and sell it expensively.
Yeah.
Well, that's the model of most game companies, unfortunately. That or release a product that should be in alpha or beta stage and then sell you DLCs to fix it.
Yeah.
DLCs. Or to improve it.
Yeah. So we got Steam, Also Steam, and where else? What other platform that people could go run to?
Epic Gaming Launcher.
Epic Gaming Launcher, Steam. Yeah.
Not a fan.
Epic?
Of the Epic Launcher.
Why?
It's kind of convoluted. How it works and trying to look something up consistently, but they are getting a lot of big title stuff. They did get a couple games that are available now through Epic, but won't be available on Steam for a year because that's the agreement. Yes, that's the agreement they got. And there were some games that were pre-ordered on Steam that they basically had to cancel their thing with Steam and go pre-order it on Epic because Epic got the deal and said, nope, we're not letting those pre-orders go through for a year.
Okay.
Well, I was able to get a couple games for free just because of the fact that I'm on Epic. Like World War Z, I got that one. I got Syndicate from Assassin's Creed. I got Farming Simulator 19 and 12 reliable delivery services.
Yeah, and they're constantly pushing a free game here and there. You just got to watch out. And that's really cool that they do that. It's an older game, but usually works out nicely. But, yeah. I don't know. Steam is charging too much to release titles, and Epic is charging too little. And so a lot of producers are jumping over to Epic.
So, guys, thank you very much, Twit, for your part. I mean, and we do want to shout out that a lot of the information that you're searching comes from GameSpot. I say it out loud because, I mean, they're great. They have their journalists, and we're trying to bring a lot of information to you guys, gamers out there. And, guys, if there's a QuakeCon coming up or something like that? No? Or a Comic-Con or whatever?
There's a couple of Comic-Cons that were supposed to happen within the last month, or were supposed to happen this month, but they got canceled because of COVID-19.
Oh God, man!
Same here.
Yeah,
They're all canceled.
Yeah, I'm sure that the people that dress up, they must be crying. I mean,
last time I looked at the news, they were also going to cancel the Olympics.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
They did.
They did. They got it.
They did.
It's done. Been there, done that.
Because the U.S. Olympic team just donated a bunch of food to the pantries around here. I happen to live in Colorado Springs, where the Olympic Center is.
Okay.
And they get a bunch of Connexes of food and take it over to where it was going to be, Japan this year?
Yeah.
And yep, it's not going now. The Olympics are officially canceled till next year.
Wow. The planet has changed. It's crazy. And I can't wait after the aftershock. But you know what? We could talk about that next week, the aftershock of COVID, what we think about it, and we can search and research and see about it. And I think that's what we're going to take as a team next week on that, on the joke section, and just like try to see if we can find things, us three here, on the aftershock. And I'm sure you must have a lot of ideas, like Kai and Twit, on the aftershock. So, yeah. But, I want to hit it before we get to the commercial break. I know Kai bought something called Raspberry. You want to talk about it, Akai, a bit? I
bought a Raspberry Pi 4 B, which comes with a 1.5 gigahertz processor, 4 USB ports, 2 4K mini HDMI ports, a gigabit LAN, SD card. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, built-in Bluetooth. And the thing is smaller than your mouse. And I've been playing with it for the last couple days. It's been running constant 100% CPU load in a cooler case that I got here for it. That's all metal, and it's sitting at about 60C, 5960C, crunching packets. And it's not skipping a beat, and I can surf the web on it and play music on it and attach all kinds of cool gizzies to it and make it do whatever I want, as long as I'm willing to learn Python or play with Unix.
Sorry, guys. Technical issues. Whoa. Twit likes that, too. Sorry, guys. Sorry, continue, okay. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, but it's a pretty cool little box, and I got some more gizzies coming for it, so I'm waiting for those, and I'm going to tear it apart this weekend and add the camera and see how that all goes.
Yeah, but I know you showed me, and you even got your new microphone. And you know why at Twit I'm talking about this, because Akai's buying these things that are large in information. He showed me his Raspberry thing. It's not too.
Oh big. No, I know.
And then he shows me his microphone, and I'm saying, "What the heck?" Not to say the other word. What the heck? I mean, they're so small.
It's tiny.
I had a stepfather who did the same thing, and even a cousin at the time.
And I want to build, well, the reason I want to do it is I want to build a mobile radio station, something I can fold up, take with me, and it's there. And I could do it on a laptop. But, man, every time unless that thing's bulletproof and covered in foam, it's going to get broke. And then it costs a fortune to repair. But when I'm getting this Raspberry Pi stuff, I'm paying, $20 for a keyboard and $8 for a mouse, and I can attach a touchpad to it, or I can buy the keyboard that has a touchpad in it for $20, and then hook it up in a little case made out of plywood or a 3D print, and try to get the software to run on it through Python or through Unix.
And how much would it cost if you get to like a decent small computer, but a decent computer that could, kind of, I'm not saying that it's the powerful thing. You're not going to play Battlefield on it, that's for sure.
No, not yet. Not yet, but I see that coming for these things. I've watched the technology grow from Raspberry Pi 1 to the Arduinos and all that stuff, these single board computers, and it's amazing what they can do. It's a 4-core processor, at 1.5 gigahertz, air cooled. I've got active cooling on mine. It'll thermal throttle at 80 degrees. If it hits 80, it'll thermal throttle to bring it down.
Wow.
You can run Raspberry, which is basically it's a Unix version of Windows, but done in Python. And what's nice about it is you can go in there and turn on terminals and turn on connectors, and it's a learning curve. So once I get it all down, but I mean, I got one of these. Was it Samsung? It's Sam, SON, mics, and it sounds wonderful.
Okay.
But this thing is literally so tiny. I have to show you some pictures to it. I sent them to Verm on WhatsApp, and it'll fit in the palm of your hand, and it's a condenser microphone.
Wow. So stay on that. Like, we have a commercial break. We are a show about an hour and a half, so we have a commercial break. So stay tuned, everybody, because this is interesting. You got and I'm sure Twit's going to cook up some stuff that he must have. So, and I will too. And we will be right back after this commercial break.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The Rabbit Hole with DJ Kai. His mission and passion to create multi-genre shows where he will take you across the world and boundaries to bring you great music every Thursday evening from 3 to 5 p.m. Come join him on Vermland Radio.
Are we joining him on Vermland Radio, okay? Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to join you on Vermland Radio. Yeah, I mean, and you also have a special guest DJ on your show, okay?
Oh, DJ Miles. Yeah. He's over playing Minecraft now.
Who doesn't love Minecraft? But always great to hear DJ Miles once in a while when you do your Thursday show. It's really great. And so we were going off. We were going off, and we were kicking this up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on. This is not a podcast. We're kicking off and we're going to be talking about. Are we still talking about your thing?
Sure. What do you want to talk about it?
I mean,
what do you want to know?
No, but I love it. And Twit, do you have something new to talk about? Do you have any? Because you seem to be quiet. It's true that I'm always pointing at Kai because Kai has like all the new stuff lately.
Well, I can't really say much other than people like to piss me off. It's hard to find a job, and apparently, HR departments for other corporations are morons.
Are they?
Yes.
Yes.
Full of them.
Because I have submitted a bunch of tickets to try and get hired by these corporations, and the first thing they ask me is, "Okay, are you in such and such location?" I type no, and then they're like, "I'm sorry, we cannot hire you." And I'm like, "Okay, but why does your thing first off says we're hiring from these states, and second off, why does it matter other than tax reasons?"
Why does it matter?
The only reason that I know of is taxes. And if you're saying you're going to hire an X state and then say to a person, "We're not going to hire you because you aren't local," why are you posting that that person can be hired then?
Kind of weird, eh? It is kind of weird.
Oh, and there's that. And there's also the fact that my resume clearly states I am not in the location that they are asking whether or not I'm in. Like, why do I give you my resume if you're not gonna even look at it?
Because they want to waste paper? I don't know. This is like really, it's serious. People, we have Twit Kitbrook who wants to work. I can't say his real name, but we have Kitbrook who wants to work. Call him up. Get on Vermland Radio. Chat to him. Give him a job.
Yeah, give him a job.
He wants a job.
Make it long and lengthy and pay minimum wage. That's what he wants. Long, hard hours, manual labor. He wants to sweat and grow some muscles. Something in the concrete field or drywall.
Actually, I did get contacted by a roofing corporation. I'm still waiting to hear a reply from them.
It is probably absolutely one of the worst jobs I've ever had to do in my life was roofing.
Are you serious?
It's not bad. It's not bad. But I'm telling you what, in the summer, whew,
oh yeah,
ooh,
lots of water.
Great. You've got to drink lots of water. You got to stay hydrated. You're climbing up and down ladders all day. You're tearing shingles off roof. You know, you're putting them down, or you're laying down tar and rock. Or it is not for the weak of heart.
Hey, but at least it's not working in sewage.
No.
Yes.
Or garbage.
But sewage pays well.
Yes.
I mean, even garbage men too, eh? If I remember.
Oh, they pay well, get paid well too, because who wants to deal with it?
The constant smell, the constant washing, the constant health issues.
The guy that comes out there that dumps your garbage can every day probably makes more than you. And people don't realize it, but those guys are making anywhere between, 50 to 100 grand a year dumping garbage cans.
God, I can't believe this. Hey, you know what? I want to.
I had a buddy used to do it up on the East Coast. He made a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a lot of money, but his day started at 2:00 in the morning. And by 3 he was off. But you pick up the kids, and then he spent a little time with them after school, and then he'd go to bed because his day was starting in a few more hours.
Oh, wow. Crazy, eh? Hey, I want to direct you to something. You've all seen the website. We have our newest band, Artist of the Month. Have you had the chance and possibility to listen to the music yet?
I have not.
You
I'm
have to.
Slacking.
Yeah, you have to. They're called Black Lakes. Black Lakes are from the Inwarm, if I should say, or South Wales. They blurred between the they blur the line between hard rock and metal. So they consummate ease, dropping upon influence for the 90s grunge and the 2000s new metal and contemporary rock and metal. They have produced a collection of songs with a broad mass appeal, heavy enough for the contemporary metalheads. I love that word, metalheads. melodic enough for the old school rockers. That's Akai. And accessible enough to encourage the initiate of rock music. Now, did you get the chance to go see our website? Because I know we all vote for this. It's Vermland Radio that votes for our artist of the month. And
wait, we vote?
Yeah, we do. You didn't know that?
No.
Okay.
So to me.
So we're all going to talk later.
Verm's fibbing.
So yes,
he said Kai's gonna like this guy. He gets a Kai's vote and Twit's vote. There we go.
There we go. It's done. So no, but what?
I guess the requirement for getting a vote is you actually have to listen to the station at least more than an hour a day.
Well, yeah, more. Yeah. So you're not listening to the station? Is that what you're telling me?
I turn off my PC every day, so to put it back on is just another hassle that I have to go through.
There's an app.
There's an app for that, and
the app doesn't work.
With the Conid, you got time.
Yeah, you do got time. It's true. Don't tell me.
Except I got schoolwork.
Which is probably doubled and tripled, because that's what my daughter's been complaining about. She's like, so these teachers have just lost their mind. They're like doubling and tripling their homework, changing all the due dates around. You can't get anything consistent out of them, what they want or whatever, and they don't know how to do online very well. And
that last one I can agree with, but no, they're not doubling it for me. In fact, they've lessened the schoolwork. The issue is they lessened it to a point where I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, so you don't know what you're supposed to be doing?
Correct. Like the only teachers I know for a fact what I'm supposed to be doing is for my religions class, which is read this article, do this test, do this paper, you're good. You're good for the week.
And go home.
Yep. And then for my English teacher, she's just like, well, we got this research project. And I'm just like, I have writer's block. I can't do that. So I'm going to fail that class. And I don't like the fact that I'm going to fail that class.
Wow. So that's a lot of work.
Yes.
Are you doing that the new thing there by computer? Are you doing it with the webcam and stuff like that? No.
Zoom. I'm actually going to be my biology teachers this Friday is supposed to do a Zoom class. So yeah, I'm going to be catching up on that.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they were not prepared for this. What they should have done was just been like, okay, all y'all, you're getting your things, whatever grade you currently are at, that's what you're at. We'll see you next year. Like, that's what they should have done.
Yeah, and I know that here in Canada, or Canucks, how do you call me, okay? In Canada, in my part here in Quebec, I know that the students, if it doesn't kick off soon, the students are all going to get, the ones that have good grades, they're all going to get automatically pushed up to the next level, to the, so, but the ones that have the good grades, the ones that are difficulties, well, there's going to be something else going on. So just because of the COVID, I mean, you students are losing a lot of school time, eh?
Well, that's not what they're doing. What they've done is they pushed the final end date for all the works about 4 days, and they've pretty much said, do it online. And we have a new grading system. It's you either pass or you fail. That's it.
Okay, that is crazy. Yeah. Pass or fail, huh? Like a business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like, I'm in summer vacation mode. Like, I was supposed to be off for a week for spring break and then go back to school. And now it's like no school.
Yes. So, really, really crazy. And what about you, Akai? Do you go to school?
I'm a Renaissance man. I'm self-training at home in my study, which is, I know, a new concept for the modern male. So ditch the sports teams and, build yourself a little lab in your study with some books and computer parts and learn electronics and, learn radio and learn woodworking and get your hands dirty with some tools.
I've actually had to learn how to grill recently.
How to grill?
Yep.
Okay. What's the grilling part?
Okay, so my grandmother, she decided, okay, we're gonna buy some meat and we're gonna stove cook it. And then she was like, you know, it's actually nice weather. You want to grill? And I'm like, sure. So got the grill out, and so this was my second time grilling, but the first time doing it by myself without another person. I fill up the thing that's supposed to allow you to preheat the charcoal and get it flaming and stuff. But what I did was I filled the bottom bit with twigs, put the charcoal on top, and then just dumped a mountain of lighter fluid on top. Try to get it going, and that took me over an hour just to get it to any form of flame correctly.
Newspaper.
Yes. The second time I was like, okay, what do I do? Newspaper on the bottom, you're good. And as soon as I did that, everything started working right. And I'm like, really?
I've been using one of those since I was in Boy Scouts. We used to make them out of, well, people don't even know what the number 10 coffee cans or number 10 cans. We used to take wire and run them about a quarter of the way up and make a grid in there.
Okay.
Punch some holes in there, make a handle, and you put your charcoal in there. And we used to use it for Dutch ovens. We used to do Dutch oven cooking when we were camping in the Boy Scouts.
Wow.
Yeah, because I am what most people call a pyromaniac. However, I don't really want to see everything burn. I just like watching a flame go and maintaining it so that it lights area, which it turns out a campfire is terrible for that.
Yes. I think it is terrible for that. So that's why we say you got to watch with the fire, especially when you're in the woods. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it's a good way to social distance nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Stay away from the pyromaniac.
Hey, I got two good questions for you guys. I want to make sure here. So, it's about the COVID. So it's so funny, eh? What has the COVID-19 virus made you realize? Go ahead, Twid. You were ready. Akai,
no, I was not.
No? Okay, so Akai.
There's a couple things I'm short of, but other than that, I was okay with it.
Okay.
He's still thinking.
Oh, okay.
There goes something off the computer.
Well,
no, something just fell.
Yeah. Well, while you're looking at that, I'm going to tell you one thing. What the COVID-19 made me realize is the planet, the people, and seeing today the people. Well, for one, people are all scared of everybody now, but I mean,
they're always scared.
Yeah. Anyways, they're always scared. I mean, but the thing is the collaboration, the love, because what you see in some parts, I know it's difficult to see this sometimes, but I see it around my place. There's the people are combining. Restaurants are starting to do food for the hospitals, for all the teams, the medical teams that are really working their derrieres off, and all that combined collaboration, heart and passion, and the people that love each other, and they're working their way out to try to get this out. I mean, I'm seeing all this going on at the moment around something that I think we lost over the years. Don't you think, Twit?
No.
No?
No.
Why don't you think?
Okay, so I've been seeing the same thing as you, where people are like, thank you for all this, thank you for all that. And I'm just thinking, if you're an elder person working fast food chain, get the heck out. Okay. You're supposed to be retired. And if you aren't retired, then that means you did something wrong and deserve every little nugget that's coming your way.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those guys now that are working in those places like that, they're working there just so they can afford healthcare insurance.
Yeah.
That's a portion of them.
Yeah, because Social Security is doing more bullshit. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
and how much money do you put away towards retirement? How much money does because when I was doing it, I started out with $100 a month, which doesn't seem like a lot nowadays, but back in the day, that was 10% of my income. And when I got a pay raise, I would put more into that thing, and eventually got $300 a month, $400 a month, and it would snowball into that account.
Okay.
But then you get the other people that are like, I don't care, I'm gonna live off Social Security. Well, I plan on it not being there.
Like, I should definitely be planning on that not being there with what's going to happen to the baby boom here.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Twit. What about you, Twit?
So the one thing I have figured out about this thing is I really should have grabbed my soccer ball and roller skates from my grandparents when I last saw them.
Yeah, it's like you can run over and grab it.
No, I can't. But had I would be able to go to my backyard and practice my soccer skills, or go out to my local school and just skate around in their parking lot.
So you're a soccer fan?
I'll play, but I don't really follow.
Okay, because I'm a soccer guy. I'm a soccer chief coach.
Yep.
I've
seen one crew game. That's it.
Yeah.
I still want to go to a pro game. That's one of the things I want to do. Is I want to go to a pro rugby game. I want to go to a pro soccer game, or football as it's called.
Yeah.
And I want to go to a pro Australian rules football game.
Oh yeah, that's that thing they hold on. They all have their hats and they. Yeah.
Oh my God, brutal.
Yeah,
just brutal. If ref didn't see it, it didn't happen, and there's only 2 refs on the field. So
that's really crazy. It is brutal. Here's my second one. Get ready, guys. The COVID-19 still. If the COVID-19 wasn't dominating the news right now, what would be some of the biggest stories be right now?
Some sex scandal, some whatever scandal, some whatever scandal, trade agreements going terrible, Trump is bad, Bernie's doing this, Sanders is doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's all Trump's fault. Let's do another investigation. Let's spend more millions of dollars because we couldn't get one with the first 3. When Trump leaves office, he will probably be the most indicted, chased after president in history. It's just ridiculous.
Is it? Yeah.
But it is. But yet they're spending all this time on Trump, but they're not willing to prosecute the other people that have blatantly broken the law.
Yeah. That famous law with the people in it, yeah. And what else? Do you have anything else, Akai, about dominating the world right now? Well, we would have had the
there'd probably be 4 mass shootings.
Yeah, that's really popular. I mean, yeah, not that
some
that I'm
guy
with
walked
it.
into a Walmart with a rifle. Something stupid like that, and Epstein didn't kill himself would still be running all over Facebook.
It still is.
Still is.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Epstein didn't die of COVID. Is that too early?
Yeah.
Nope.
I know, but
neither did Harambe.
Yeah.
Now people are referring to the week as little weekend, big weekend.
I think we are. Yeah, I think we are going to be having a crash of babies. I'm really sure that we're going to have another baby boom.
Well, it just means that in another year, babysitting for college students will be very easy.
Yeah, seeing that positive way, yeah. Money, money, money.
Yep.
Well, it's like, like all the students with meal plans and all this stuff, they're getting, like, if they're lucky, they're getting 20, 30% back. Now you're going to an online training course, which is usually cheaper than going to college, yep. But yet you're paying full college rate for that. I would be down in the administration office. Since I'm enrolled in online classes, can I get a refund?
And they did.
and a lot of people are not offering it.
Mine did.
They did. They gave a refund for doing online.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Like there was, in fact, in my housing contract, there was a claim that even if we left early, they wouldn't give us a refund, and they're giving us a prorated refund.
And they should.
Yeah.
They definitely should.
Yeah, they should.
You know, because I was willing to come back.
Yeah.
You know, Twit was willing to go back to school, and they called him and said, "No, you can't come here."
Like, in fact, when this all started, I was going to be one of the students who would remain on campus because, you know, it would allow me to continue going to work. And then they were like, nope, we're just shutting down offices.
Crazy. That's the reason why you went back home.
Oh, were you doing a work study?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I made sure to sign up for it again next year.
That is usually, that's a huge deal for students, but
and
that's
next year
another
I'll
thing
make sure
that-
to get a call center job.
Well, that's, you know, the work study program and the prorating of college. And so there's a couple students that my daughter's with that they tried to get, you know, like work study or anything like that. And they based it off their parents' income.
Yep.
Which is total BS because
some students can't rely on their parents.
No, at all. And, you know, their parents are up to their eyeballs in bills trying to keep up with the Joneses. And they don't have that, you know, income to share with their student to put them through college. So then they are not eligible for loans. They're not eligible for work study. They're not eligible for all this financial aid until they're like over the age of, was it 23?
I don't know, because
23 or 24, something like that.
Well, my mother is supposed to stop being able to claim me on her taxes this year because I'm no longer living with her. But it's because of the fact that I did live with her and the fact that she's not working that I was able to get all the grants and benefits that I did.
Yeah.
But, you know, with this economic crash and the fact that jobs are currently hard to find, they have to lower tuition. And if they don't, what student's going to be able to show up next year?
They're not going to lower tuition. You're out of your mind. The tuition is never going back down. It's kind of like the price of gasoline. You know, it's in a certain window and it's not going to drop any lower.
It's 91 cents near my house.
What?
Yes.
91 cents?
Yes.
Oh my God. That's like the 80s.
Yep.
That's phenomenal. I love it.
You're talking about the gas price, eh?
Yes. A gallon, Berm, not a liter.
No, I know. Don't piss me off. I'm sorry I had to say it on air. Don't piss me off.
So what is your gas price per liter there?
At the moment, it's 80 cents a liter.
So, and it's almost, 4 liters to the gallon?
I think it's about 4 liters a gallon, yeah.
Yeah. And so I got premium the other day. So I had to make a little jaunt down to Las Cruces, New Mexico to drop off my brother for a truck driving job. And it was 8 hours one way. I put premium in the whole time.
Okay.
And it was cheap. It was like $2, $2.10, $2.15. And, you know, literally 26 miles from the Mexican border, drop him off. And then I didn't go in anywhere. I stayed in the vehicle. I made him get out to fill it on the way down. Here's your rubber gloves. Here's your mask. Make sure you pull them off right. Sterilize everything when we change drivers. You know, wipe off the door handles and the gas caps, and because I don't want it. And he thinks I'm being a little extreme, but oh well.
Talking about masks, did you see
if you could find one?
Yeah, our partner, one of our partners,
Brian?
Evil Child,
Evil.
If you
Oh,
see,
yeah.
Did you see on his webpage, on his
he sewed a few up, and he's also been 3D printing the containers, the masks, the things to do the cartridges, which is awesome. 3D printers are going to change everything, I think.
Yeah, but is it fake? That 3D printer, okay, because I'm sure you know a little bit about it, but the 3D printer, is that, how can I say it, is that faithful to the job? Is it really going to be, like, thick enough to protect everything?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt in my mind. There's guys now that got these metal 3D printers, and they're printing complete firearms now out of 3D print.
No.
Yeah. Yes, because you can do the parts, you can do the whole thing together. Like that was 4 years ago that someone made a full one-shot plastic pistol.
Yes. No, there's guys now that are printing 1911s, and it's all they print all the parts, and they have to do very little finish work to it. But the cost of the 3D print, you can't afford the gun. I mean, it's too expensive. But the guns they're producing are just phenomenal. They're within thousands.
So you're saying that they're building, because that's why I stopped talking, because you're saying that they're building each piece of the gun?
Yeah.
Then they fine tune it just a bit, because for sure that it's never intact like a real molded piece, but they fine tune
It's actually better.
Are you serious? And they build that gun up like you do? They do the same thing?
You can get it down to the nitty gritty, and you have less risk of impurities, I guess, than you do from forging.
Wow. Okay.
Because it moves because it's a powder based metal that they use, and it's done with lasers.
Okay.
And they basically just melt each layer on, and when it's done, the finish work is very minimal. They basically put it in a bead thing. It knocks off all the rough edges, and it's got a satin finish to it. And so if it's got a satin finish to it, a little bit more work, and you can go polished, or you can just leave it satin, Cerakote it, and it's a stainless steel. So they're printing it all in stainless steel.
Wow.
It's phenomenal. 3D printers are just leaping and bounding. There was one that was on Facebook that I was like looking at getting, and it was a shape maker or something like that. You can use it on wood, metal. It's got a laser burner on it.
Yeah,
and it's all modular.
Yeah, and I did talk to
so
Evil.
You can make it go as big or as small as you want the field to be. So you can buy extra parts and extra ribbon cable and extra track and all that. And if you want a X by X size, laser burner, it'll do it.
Okay, that's the kind of why, because I know I was talking with Evil, because Evil pulled me into his live show, and I was looking at his printer going on. On the D Live, and it was going like, okay, this is really true. It does really work. It's really building. And then he was explaining it just a bit to me, how it was working. I was going, okay, so you're really doing masks. I was like fiberglass. That was going to go, yeah, that's crazy.
They're 3D printing houses now.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Houses, bridges, and it's even in the plans to try and do that on Mars.
It's a device that sits in the middle of the house that looks like and it's a big extrusion nozzle.
Okay.
And it gets fed pump crate, and it literally draws the brick. It goes in, makes the web in between, it prints everything up. It's phenomenal, and it's just doing one-story houses right now. But that technology is going to be there in a few years, where it's going to be printing 2 stories, or maybe it's going to print an apartment complex.
So you're really telling me that what I'm understanding is that the future, we might not even construct anything. It's all going to be done by laser. So we are getting there.
Well, there's going to be guys out there, but it's going to be a print technician. It's going to be a guy that monitors how the print's doing, making sure the material's getting fed. Those guys are still going to be there, but you're still going to have finishers. You're still going to have. It's just another tool that a contractor's going to buy to make his life easier.
Wow. No, it's really crazy. But hey, guys, we are. I gotta have to cut this off because we are already there. We've been talking a lot of great stuff, and we are already at the end of the show. So, anything you guys want to say before we shut this off?
Don't forget to look at our new show, Tables Collide, happening on Wednesdays.
Yep, Wednesday.
It's fun and entertaining. And wash your nasty hands and stay away from people.
Yeah. 2 meters? Keep 2 or 6 feet.
Yeah.
6 feet 6.
Same thing.
Yeah. So
2
6
meters.
feet, wear your mask, and do not forget you are wearing a mask, but the most important thing you could probably put on after the mask is some sort of eye protection, sunglasses or something, because one droplet of a spray from a sneeze or a cough enters into a mucous membrane or your eye, and you're going to have the conid. So don't forget to also wear eye protection.
God, man. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Skill.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, thank you very much, guys. This was a pleasure to be working with you again tonight. I'm really happy to have Akai as my co-host and Twit Kitbrook. And man, you know, I'm able to say your name right now. Remember when it was I was not having it? Maybe when they... Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. You're listening to us on Twitch, DLive, YouTube, and also Live 365. This is DJ Verm, and we're off. There we go.
Okay, I gotta go see the wife and the kid. But yes, they are doing supercomputers. Twit posted.
Okay.